Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another new filming setup. I'm finally in my filming room, which is kind of what this room was always intended for, but I think that now that I love my office so much as well, I think I'll probably end up filming some bits down there. So yeah, I just have to kind of play it by ear because obviously when there's people in the office, I'm not going to be able to film in there, so I'll be up here. But I'm just loving my little setup. I'm so happy in here. So it's very exciting to be filming a whole load of videos in here with you today. Today's video is all about autumn winter style, and basically I've picked out some of the kind of game changers that are in my wardrobe at the moment and the things that I kind of definitely think that my wardrobe needed and will need in like this time next year, and I'll continue to wear. They're kind of items that you can change up and wear differently. They're really versatile, but they also kind of bring your style together and sometimes create layers. There's lots of different things in this. It was funny, I was picking things out earlier and I was like, I didn't even think about that one. As with all of my style videos, you will find absolutely everything that I mention in this video in the description box down below. So if you did want to shop anything or have a look at anything, or if there's any information that I might miss off, because sometimes I tend to just go on my thoughts and I don't necessarily go into the technicalities of a lot of products because I just know what I like and I would like to tell you why I like those things rather than get too deep on things. So if there's things about fabric compositions or prices that maybe I don't mention, you'll find those via the links in the description box down below as well. Also, if you are new, I would love if you hit the subscribe button down below. We are almost at 700,000. Like, my mind cannot fathom that number. It's ridiculous. I still remember when I was like, come on, I'm gonna hit 500, come on. Now we're here, my mind is blown. So thank you for everyone that already does follow, and if you aren't following, please hit the subscribe button. If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I tend to ramble quite a bit in my introductions, so without any more rambling, let's get into the video. So, to start things off, you might have seen in one of my previous videos, I popped off to Paris with Erin, and oh my goodness, it was just the absolute trip of a lifetime for me. I was in my element. Erin is a brand that I am massively in love with. The packaging is so beautiful. Like, I'm holding this fragrance here. This is Amber Musk. This is the fragrance that kind of got me into the brand. The brand also has an amazing homeware line, some of which I already have some bits in my own home, very small bits because it's very expensive, but I love it so much that I'm hoping to kind of collect a few bits more. So I've got some picture frames and I've also got a really beautiful kind of like display tray as well. You'll see that probably in a vlog. But this is pretty much my autumn fragrance. Now, if you are familiar around these parts of the internet, you'll know that I am completely obsessed with the seasons. My whole home changes when it becomes autumn, when it becomes winter, and when it becomes spring. And it's kind of the same as your wardrobe. You change things up and you switch things about and you kind of tailor make things to the season, and I absolutely am in love and I adore doing that so much. It's just my favorite thing. So I adapt my fragrance as well, just like I adapt all of the candles in my home, and this is my current absolute favorite autumn fragrance. This makes me think of cozy evenings under a blanket. It's one of those fragrances that you instantly smell and you like, but it's afterwards that you get all of those kind of nostalgic memories that come along with autumn fragrances, and this just evokes all of those, and I love it. Now, this bottle looks quite full, but I actually carry a little where is it? It should be in my other, yeah, it's in my bag, one sec. I actually carry my little smaller size in here. So this fragrance actually sits on my little display tray with all of my other Erin fragrances and candles, and this is the one that I pop in my bag, and it is absolutely beautiful. So the fragrance is actually made up of some quite unexpected things, to be honest, especially for an autumnal fragrance. It's got coconut water in it, which for me, I don't know, it makes it so much more wearable for someone like me. Sorry, I'm spraying it on because I can just never have enough on. It's got coconut water in it, so it makes it a little bit more sweet, but it's also got really sensual floral elements. But the most notable is obviously the distinctive amber, and that gives it that cozy, like wrapping yourself in a blanket kind of vibe. So I wanted to give this fragrance a mention, and I thought in this video it was absolutely perfect because my fragrance really is so important when it comes to what I'm wearing as well. It's kind of like the finishing spritz on my outfits before I head out of the door. So this 100% is my absolute favourite, but there are so many amazing fragrances from Erin as well. I strongly suggest if you get the opportunity to go to a counter or anywhere like that, go and have a spritz and get to know the brand, because for me it's one of the most exciting brands, and to be working with them on this video of course is just the absolute dream for me. If you do end up liking the fragrance, I strongly suggest you trying the body cream, because oh my goodness, this is probably the most hydrating body cream I have ever used. At the end of the day, I'm still like nice and hydrated in my skin. I use this all over, and I do actually tend to combine the two, even though this is the Eclat de Verre. So this was the one that I went to Paris for the launch of. So I pop this all over and then I spritz just before I leave the house with this, and they just work perfectly together. So as usual, those items will be linked in the description box down below, so if you wanted to check them out, please do, because I feel like we're on a bit of a wavelength, and when it comes to fragrances, we kind of have similar tastes, so I was really excited to be able to tell you about probably one of my most favourite autumn fragrances ever. So yeah, very exciting. Now, seeing as we've been rummaging in my bag already, I did kind of want to give a little bit of an epiphany that I've had with my handbags recently. Obviously, when it comes to winter time, you've got a lot more layers on, you feel a little bit more bulky sometimes. There's jumpers, there's vests, like I live in vests. And sometimes it's a little bit inconvenient to have your bag in the crook of your arm. It can be a bit uncomfortable, especially if you're wearing like big shearling coats. They're really, really difficult to get bags kind of in like the crook of your arm. So around this time of year, I tend to go back to the bags in my collection that have dual handles. Now, my Louis Vuitton Capucine bag is probably one of my favourite autumn winter bags. It is so timeless, it's unbelievable, and it wears so well. Like, I've had this bag, it must be like 2 or 3 years now that I've got this bag, and it is still as good as the day that I bought it. There's not a single scratch on this bag. I can't believe it. I think that if I told you I bought this last week, you'd probably believe me. But this has a really nice high arch to the handle that would sit naturally in the crook of your arm, but it also has kind of the perfect length when it comes to a crossbody, and this really doesn't annoy me at all. I've got some bags where the crossbody strap is just so annoying. A lot of them have like the ability to shorten them, and then you get a flappy bit, and it's just a nightmare. Really irritating. I mean, on the grand scheme of irritable things, it's probably a little bit minuscule, but it's one of those things that you notice. It's got a good strap, and that's really important when you're running around places. We're all so busy, we don't want to be worrying about things like that. So I really did think that this was probably one of my best autumn winter bags. It's not the biggest, but as we know, I'm a little bit obsessed with small bags. So this is a good kind of in-between. It does hold a lot of stuff. I'm not going to show you okay, this is the random stuff that I keep in my bag. I've got a Nando's napkin, and my gorgeous friend Alex also brought me back a Whispering Angel bottle stop for my bottles of Whispering Angel. So lots of random stuff in my handbags, which is interesting. But I wanted to give a mention to the type of bags that I tend to go for around this time of year, because this one is one that you see time and time again on my channel, so I thought I'd give it another little nod. Next up, we've got these 3 jumpers, and you will be happy to know that these are from the high street. These are from H&M, and to be perfectly honest with you, I am absolutely obsessed with everything on the H&M website at the moment. It's amazing. They're killing it, especially with their knitwear, but there's just so much good stuff on there. I made a huge order after I left the campaign shoot a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to do a haul, but these particular jumpers I knew would make it into this, because if you've watched my previous videos in this kind of style, you will have seen like cashmere jumpers and things like that. I still obviously live in cashmere jumpers because they're so nice and soft. But these colours are so on trend for right now and so good for layering. I was just in love with them. We've got this gorgeous berry deep kind of red colour. Then we've got this pinky kind of nude that actually just goes so nicely. And then you've got the typical grey marl, which I feel like it's really important to have good grey marl in your wardrobe because it's a fine line. You can get it wrong and it can look a bit naff, but this is a brilliant one. And these jumpers just look so much more expensive than they are. And I always find that people sometimes take that the wrong way. Like if I say things like, oh, it doesn't look like it's from H&M. And I mean that in a good way. Like you could have got it from somewhere massively high end and no one would know. It's not bad to have got it from H&M. I shop at H&M all the time, but it just looks so much more kind of, I don't know, like more expensive than it actually is. And that's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So I bought all three. It actually comes in black as well, which I think would be quite a good one to have in the wardrobe as well. I might have to go back and make a little purchase of that one. But these are great for layering. I love popping this grey one underneath my like acne cardigans and stuff like that. It just provides another layer of warmth and I love it. So these are some great little kind of basics for this time of year that come in great colours and aren't going to completely like bankrupt you before you've even got your kind of autumn winter wardrobe nailed. So I thought I would give those a quick mention as well. I've just piled a load of stuff on my lap so that I can kind of go through things a bit quicker. So next up we have something that has been literally worn and worn and worn. These are my Joseph leather leggings and I have mentioned these and worn these in like cutaways so many times, it's ridiculous. I'm probably sick of the sight of these leggings if they weren't so bloody amazing. These are probably the best investment that I've made in my kind of trouser wardrobe, I would say, because these are the most versatile items in that section of my wardrobe. I wear these so much. They are so brilliant if it's like cold. Say if you're going out for drinks with the girls and it's a little bit nippy outside, put these on with a pair of leather boots and your legs look long and slender. They're so flattering and you can stick anything over the top like a blouse or a shirt or a really nice blazer and you've got a really nice warm outfit and you can go out and enjoy yourself and not worry about being cold because I'm always cold and these mean that my legs are kept nice and toasty. However, I did wear these in Milan when we went to the Armani fashion show and oh my god, it was so hot, I was dying. But now that the weather has actually kind of, the temperature's dropped and it is actually starting to feel like autumn, like it is miserable out there today. I've got all my lights on. These are such an amazing pair. I would say if you can opt for the Joseph pair, do, because the length is brilliant on them. Like they've got a little bit of a ruche to them, so they're not too kind of straight and smooth. I love a little bit of a ruche to them, but also I love the raw end to the leggings, so it just blends seamlessly into any pair of leather boots. I wear them with Chelsea boots when I want a kind of smart but cool day outfit, when I don't want my feet to hurt. And if I want to wear it out, I wear it with like heeled leather boots. Pointed toe as well, really cool, a little bit sexy but not too much. And these are just perfect. So I'll link these down below. Obviously there are a number of different types of leather leggings on the market, so I'll try and find some other ones, but I can't vouch for them, that's the only thing. These are the ones that I would say are an absolute must if you're on the hunt for some leather leggings. Next up is this little kind of, it's almost sheer roll neck. Now, if there's one thing that M&M does so well, it's kind of their layering basics, and even down to like their camis. I am still wearing the same camis from last year, their little nude ones. They are so warm and so soft. I keep trying to buy more, but they're always out of stock. This is kind of the it's even colder outside version of the vest. This you can whack under anything and it's super soft and super warm and such a great colour for layering, especially with all of the colours that you're seeing on the high street and in stores at the moment. This sits really nicely with that, and this will just keep you nice and warm and toasty and not itch and just be a really great basic. So I did want to give that a little mention. If the camis are in stock, I'm going to buy some, but I will also link them down below because it's really important to have things that keep you warm but don't like make you feel too kind of padded out. I can't stand that. So I always whack these little camis on. I've only got two, so it's in constant rotation and they are starting to look a little bit worse for wear. But obviously I'm wearing one now and one's in the wash, so I couldn't show you them. But this is the next best thing, and definitely if you're going somewhere really cold, like Ali and I are off to Finland in a couple of weeks. so I'm definitely going to be taking this with me for a little extra layer to keep me warm. Now, usually in these videos, when I'm talking about scarves, I will bust out the Burberry scarf because it's chic, it's timeless, it elevates your outfit and it looks brilliant. However, last year I got myself the Acne blanket scarf, and I have no doubt in my mind that they will be doing these scarves again. I got it in this gorgeous kind of millennial peachy pink. This is like a blanket scarf, and oh, these come in so handy if you're like out in the cold and then you're going on, like, say, a journey home on the train, and you can just wrap yourself up in it and you don't have to be cold anymore. It's just a great little, it's like carrying around a blanket with you at all times. Like, I wear these kind of things if I go to the cinema. If I go to the cinema, I'll take a pair of cashmere socks with me, I'll wear my comfies, if I can get away with it, I'll wear joggers. And I'll take one of these scarves so that I can wrap myself up in it and just be super cozy, like I'm watching at home, because I would prefer to watch films at home. But obviously when things like, what did we just go and watch? A Star is Born, oh my God, it was so good. When we go and watch those things, we want to watch them like when they come out, and I've got to be cozy. So this little scarf from Acne has been something that I'm so glad that I got, and it comes in so many different colours, but this is just such a great size that you can wrap it around and around, but also use it as a blanket. So I think that this is a really great little staple for your autumn winter wardrobe, especially if you're the kind of person that gets cold like I do. And finally, oh my God, no, it's outerwear when I can barely lift it. I think I've featured this coat in one of my autumn winter staples before, however, it's still in there, and there's a lot of slightly lower price point options available right now. I've seen them on Whistles, I've seen them on Reese. So if you are looking for a really great cozy jacket, this is the one. Now, I started off with like a £50 faux shearling one that I think I got from like some random, I don't think it's there anymore. And then I kind of moved up to a Reese one or a Whistles one, and then I had a little Burberry gilet version, and then it just kind of, it got to the point where I was like, I'm wearing this every single year. Now is the time to get the one that I know is A, going to stand the test of time, and B, going to be the coziest of them all. And this really is. It is such a statement piece as well. I always get comments when I'm wearing it. They're like, oh my God, is that the Acne, is it the Velocity, or I think it's Velocity jacket, but I just love it. And so it's getting another mention this year because I've already been wearing it, even just around where we live. It's so cozy, and it's always the one that I'm like, if I have any kind of thought that I'm going to be cold, this is the one that I reach for. But it is slightly more casual. I wouldn't wear it if I was going to, say, like a really important meeting, or I don't know, going out for lunch with the girls. Like if it's something a little bit fancier, I would go for something different. And this jacket or coat or whatever you want to call it came into my possession recently. I did a little bit of a haul from Aerin Millen. You might have seen it on one of my vlogs, and this was in there, and I had so many compliments when I wore this, and I still love it so much. But obviously this is slightly cooler, so I tend to put some layers underneath it to make sure that I'm going to be warm, but it does actually keep you surprisingly warm, and it's quite a full length coat as well, so it keeps my legs warm, but it just looks amazing. I mean, even against like the outfit that I'm wearing at the moment, I'm like, oh my God, I need to wear this shirt with this coat because it's just gonna look so nice with like the structured collar underneath and just having this little bit open. It's just gonna look so nice. So this is kind of the smarter option that I would go for my autumn winter wardrobe. And these are some items that I really feel are like elevating my wardrobe right now, and I'm really glad to have them, and I'm really glad that they kind of fit seamlessly into my wardrobe already as well. So I wanted to highlight some bits that I'm loving and talk you through some bits that I think might be useful for your wardrobe as well. So those are some of my favourite bits that I'm loving, and just a little bit of an insight into how I wear them, why I wear them, and why I love them so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video though, and let me know if you would like to see this again coming into winter, coming into spring. Just let me know if these videos are informative and helpful. Obviously, all of the items are linked in the description box down below, so if you do want to shop for anything, then it's all down there, and hopefully I've got enough information in there so that you know what you're looking for, basically. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would love to know in the comments below, what was your favourite item, what item maybe didn't you like, how would you style these items up, and what is the one item that you are loving in your wardrobe right now. Please let me know in the comments below. I always try to get back to as many comments as possible. I usually do like the first kind of like 50 comments. I'll get back to like all of those. But yeah, I'd just love to hear your thoughts, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Don't forget that my videos are currently on Mondays and Thursdays, and they're usually up just around 7 PM or just after, that kind of time. I try and get them up at 7, but I'm rubbish. So yeah, I hope to see you back here for more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!